Why do people fight? The violation of personal space, interpersonal space. Personal space refers to the physical area which surrounds an individual that is considered as personal or private. It means that when another person intrudes in this physical area, the individual experiences discomfort. Interpersonal space is a psychological bubble that exists when one person stands too close to another person. There is a related concept, interpersonal space, which refers to the area that people keep between themselves and the interaction person. These two concepts are related in the sense that as an individual's personal space increases, interpersonal distances will increase as well. There is a direct relationship between both the concepts. The size of this interpersonal distance largely depends on individual and situational differences. Research has revealed that there are 4 different zones of interpersonal space. 1. Intimate distance, ranges from touching to an arm's length apart, reserved for lovers, children, close family members, and pets. 2. Personal distance, ranges from an arm's length and ending about 4 feet apart. This space is used in conversations with friends, associates, and group discussions. 3. Social distance, ranges from 4 to 8 feet away. Reserved for strangers. 4. Public distance, includes distance of more than 8 feet, and is reserved for larger audiences. The discomfort felt by people will eventually lead to friction between individuals. Now to understand this concept we can consider few examples. Times example 1. A bank employee hired a maid to assist his wife, children, and his mother. His sister, who was a regular visitor, used to engage in heated arguments with the maid, which eventually destroys peace and harmony in the house. The resolution: to resolve this issue, he discussed it with the bank client, who was an expert in human psychology. The psychologist highlighted a basic rule of thumb, that is, never to violate personal space of anybody, and your sister is violating this space. Another rule of thumb is that, never get personal with employees, as it is the weakness of any manager. The psychologist told the banker, if your sister wants the maid to follow her, first of all she has to be a manager, which is, respect the personal space of subordinates, never get personal, never involve in heated arguments, and respect them as a human. We all are humans after all. Roles can be different, but don't disrespect any role. Love, respect, and acceptance of personal space is the key to have a peaceful working environment. Times example 2. In a joint family, a teacher and his wife were living peacefully, but sometimes the husband noticed the friction between his sister and the wife. The resolution: to resolve this issue, he spoke to a person in the field of psychology. The psychologist told the teacher that your wife and sister both have to respect each other, and understand the concept of interpersonal spaces. Never violate each other's personal spaces. Everybody has the right of have an autonomy in his/her personal space. Times example 3. A husband and wife were living peacefully during the initial time of their marriage. As the time passed, the woman started violating personal space of her husband by arguments like, "Where have you been? Why are you keeping animals? Why are you chatting with your friends? Why are you helping your relatives?" and so forth. The husband, who was a thinker and researcher and aware of the concept of personal space, never engage in silly arguments like, "Why are you always chat with your friends and family for us on social media? Why do you have 4,000 friends on social media? Why you don't respect elders?" and so forth. The fight was inevitable because of his wife. The resolution: to resolve this issue, both living separate of each other, to avoid further escalation of friction and conflict. To summarize this concept, we can say that there can be many reasons of friction between individuals, but violation of personal space is most important to understand, which is mostly a covert reason. There is a famous idiom, "Familiarity breeds contempt." This happens mostly in long-term relationships, as people forget to keep in their minds the concept of interpersonal spaces. By keeping healthy distances among ourselves, we can save many relationships from erosion. In this way we can keep many relationships for longer periods of time. This concept can be seen and understood in global scenarios like Cuban Missile Crisis and the Russian War. which was predicted as inevitable by the scholars. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.